Hey guys, Clumsy here, and welcome back to Fernbus Coach Simulator. I must admit, I kind of missed this game. It's been a while since the last episode, so let's get started. In the previous episode, we took this route from Braunschweig to Hanover and finally to Kassel. And today I want to start in Kassel, make our way to Dortmund. It's going to be just one stop, no other stops aside from that, but we will be going through these roadworks, and I'm not really sure if we can go through it, so we might have to detour. Well, we will see, but I do want to see how that looks. Hopefully that still works. Maybe it's just a narrower lane and it's not completely cut off. But yeah, I wanted to try that out for ourselves. Now, what episode are we at? I have no idea. I think we're at 19. Let's go route number 19 here. If it's wrong, then it's wrong. Let's go Kassel and to Dortmund. It's going to be 2 hours, 192 kilometers. That shouldn't be hard at all, and it should take us along A44. Should be a very nice autobahn route. We will be moving to 40 though, which is interesting. Seems like 44 cuts off here and becomes 40. Don't get that. Anyway, we follow it. Check-in time would be 5 minutes, so we have enough space. Let's call that express. Not sure what the difference would be. Let's try it. And as promised, we will be going this time with the MAN Lions Coach, because it's been a while. We've tried all the other buses, at least each of the brands, and I think it's time to go back to basics. MAN Lions Coach C. The C is the bigger one. Let's go with that. Let's check which skin we like. Oh, SG Tower Transit. Oh yeah, I remember, yeah. She made a Clumsy skin for us here. Let's have a look how it looks like. I kind of forgot how that looks. Oh, there you go. Pretty fancy, right? Thanks again, Chi, for that. I do want to simulate the real look of the Fernbus though. So let's go with that one. Actually, this one looks nice. Mine Fernbus Flixbus. Right? Realistic. What time of day do we want, guys? Do we want night driving? I don't think so. We can go for... Let's go 5:30. That would be perfect sunrise, I think. That should work right there. I still haven't found a way how to pause the game and take screenshots. I know I've gotten a lot of comments saying don't stop in the middle of the road to take photos, but I really want to take photos. So I want to find a good compromise. You know, I want to find like a way to take photos while being able to pause the game maybe. But we will see. You will see how that looks. Wait, one sec. Alright, let's log in. And make sure that the bus is in perfect condition. It's going to be only 9 passengers. I wish there were more passengers, you know. Makes it a bit more exciting. That's fine. Alright, let's do the walk around, just like how we do it in the plane. Make sure that all the switches are working. How about this guy? I want this guy open. Is it broken? Ah. We can still get there somewhere. That's fine. Looking A-OK and perfectly clean. I'm super excited to try out the tourist bus update, but I don't think they have it released yet. If you guys get news of it, let me know, okay? Because I would love to play that game again. It has some very nice business elements to it. So there's like an objective, growing the company. This one is an amazing bus simulator, a coach simulator, but it's mainly driving from one place to another with no other career option, basically. Alright. Oh man, I missed this. I must say I missed this. It does seem like the thing is a bit skewed though. So let's adjust the seat here. It seems like we're not in the center, weirdly enough. This one. Reset that. Look at this one. Yeah, that seems to be more in the center, right? Field of view. That should be okay. Yeah, that should be okay. Alright. Looking good. Let's close the doors. Frame rate is perfectly a-okay. I think this bus is perfectly optimized. Let me see, is that... I'm checking if that display would be enough for us, that one. Or if we need a pop-up. I think we need a pop-up. So I'll just remove that one. And we'll work with the pop-up. It depends on the bus really. Okay. What do we need? Destination display. I don't want to fiddle that here. Let me try and find that fanfare. That's with the horn, I think, if I remember correctly. Yeah, different sound depending on the fanfare. Let's turn that on. Passenger monitor, driver monitor. That's this one. There should be a destination display on a different screen, I think. Give me a few seconds. Brake-matic, I do like that. Oh, destination display, there you go. Driver lights, we don't need that. We do need to open it just a little though so we can hear the idle sound of the engine. Love that. Fancy, fancy, fancy. Alright, air conditioning. Let's go for 21. Looking good. Turn on the lights. There you go. Wow, that's a bit bright. Right, hold the brakes. Shift up and release the parking brake. Off we go. Still, one of the most favorite things I can say about this game. One of my most favorite things is this MAN steering wheel. This is what got me hooked in Fernbus in the first place. When I saw the preview, let that guy pass. When I saw the preview of this sim, oh, actually he's letting us pass, thank you. And when I saw the beautiful steering wheel from the MAN Lines coach, I was sold. This is similar to how it looks in the MAN TGX, the truck in Truck Sim. Beautiful. Looks so massive. Really feels like you are driving something humongous. By the way, I wanted to check. I wanted to test a button. Where was it? I saw a button a while ago. It said Brake-O-Matic. Let's slow down here. That one, Brake-Matic on. I think it's already on. I think that basically turns on the retarder whenever we hit the brakes. So you get both the brake pedals as well as the retarder working in unison when you do that. So we'll be arriving there at 5:15, looks like. It's currently 5:05 in the morning. Let me see. I'm still trying to think how I can pause the game so that I can take decent screenshots. Like, I know pressing escape pauses the game. Like that. Then maybe I can take a screenshot using only this part. That's like the compromise. Like, if I take a screenshot from here, then that I can use that part at least. And then I won't need to really stop the bus just in order to take screenshots. So we'll try that later when we get to the Autobahn. But it's very crude and I don't think it will work, but maybe it's the best thing we can get. Now, what I don't like when you have windows open, in this bus at least, in the other buses it still works, but in this bus, the indicators are almost not heard anymore. button. Like if I close the windows altogether, now you can really hear the indicators, right? And I do love hearing the blinkers. They're part of the relaxation, so I don't want them getting removed. Look at that. I think depending on the time of the month you set up, the textures also change. So there's now like autumn textures being used. And eventually, we'll get snow here. So in a couple of months. That's amazing, isn't it? Oh, look at that van. I feel bad for that van. Sunken in the ground. Okay, where are we parking this? There we go. You see the bus stop. And there are our passengers waiting, and there's our skin. Clumsy Geek skin by Cheese Sport. There you go. Looks like everybody's excited. Some of them are even waving at us. That's pretty cool. What a warm welcome. What friendly people. So, we turn off the lights. Maybe we just leave that like that, yeah? Open the doors. Let's welcome everybody. Guten Tag.
Hallo, bin ich hier richtig? Können Sie das rückgängig machen?
Wow, first check-in and already wrong. It's not a good sign.
Tag, ich hoffe, ich bin hier richtig. Ach, Moment mal.
Wow,
Das ist ja gar nicht meine Richtung.
these guys must be pretty sleepy still.
Mahlzeit, hier mein Ticket. Dankeschön.
There we go, finally.
Hi, ich hoffe, ich
Not
bin
someone.
Grüezi, bitte sehr. Danke sehr.
Twins.
Mahlzeit, hier ist mein
I'll check you guys in.
Tag, fahren Sie in meine Richtung? Cool.
Grüezi, hier ist mein Ticket. Vielen Dank.
We are going to
Servus, ich musste
Dortmund.
noch ein Ticket bei Ihnen kaufen.
We're not really going there.
Mein Fehler.
Not really going to Wolfsburg.
Grüezi, hier mein Ticket.
Yeah, looks like lots of very confused passengers here. There we go. Yeah, we have one more.
Hallo, ist das nötig? Danke.
There we go. Alright, let's have a look. So if I look here, 9 passengers. We have checked in everybody. Okay. Looks like their bags are inside. If there are any bags whatsoever, let's close that door. Thank you guys. Better luck next time. Right. Have a look. Everybody's at the back like they are afraid that I'm going to crash into something. So they want to stay as far away from me as possible. Can't say I blame them. Fine. Alright, before we fast forward the time, because we are a bit ahead, it's only 5:09, we can actually set up everything else here. Wi-Fi, kitchen, restroom, reading clearance, passenger lights, and I'll play the announcement, and then I will keep quiet for a few minutes while this guy talks. Alright, catch you guys in a bit.
Hallo und herzlich willkommen bei Flixbus. Wir freuen uns, dass ihr an Bord seid und wir gemeinsam unser heutiges Reiseziel ansteuern. Bevor wir richtig in Fahrt kommen, hier ein paar Hinweise. Auch bei uns im
I lied. There we go. Let me fast forward it first and start the trip so I can move already. And then we'll let the guy speak again. 5:16, that should be fine.
Bus gilt die gesetzliche Anschnallpflicht. Bitte schnallt euch deshalb während der gesamten Fahrt an. In den Sitztaschen vor euch findet ihr unsere Bordkarte mit weiteren Sicherheitshinweisen und Infos zu unserem Snack- und Getränkeangebot. Eine Toilette befindet sich im hinteren Einstiegsbereich. Wer kostenlos surfen will, wählt sich einfach in unser WLAN-Netz ein. Unser Reisetipp fürs Internet? Schaut doch mal auf unserer Facebook-Page vorbei. Unser Team freut sich riesig über eure Likes und Nachrichten. Sollte euer Akku zur Neige gehen, kein Problem. Viele unserer Sitze sind mit Steckdosen ausgestattet und entsprechend gekennzeichnet. So könnt ihr euer Smartphone die gesamte Fahrt über nutzen. Wenn ihr eure nächste Fahrt auch gleich mobil buchen wollt, holt euch einfach unsere App und profitiert von exklusiven Online-Angeboten. Auf flixbus.de stehen täglich brandaktuell alle Infos und Städteverbindungen für euch bereit. Natürlich wollen wir unseren Service ständig weiter verbessern. Für Feedback zu eurer Fahrt nutzt bitte den Fragebogen, den wir euch per E-Mail zuschicken. Wir danken für eure Aufmerksamkeit und wünschen eine entspannte Fahrt und viel Spaß an Bord bei Flixbus.
One down,
Hello
one to go.
and welcome to Flixbus. We're glad to have you on board and that we can get you to your favorite destination today. Before we set off, we would like to share some information about the journey. The wearing of seatbelts is compulsory on board the bus. Therefore, please keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the entire journey. In the seat pocket in front of you, you will find our information card containing further safety instructions and details of our snacks and beverages. There's a restroom located in the rear boarding area. If you would like to browse the internet free of charge, simply log on to our onboard Wi-Fi network. If your battery runs out, no problem. Many of our seats are equipped with power outlets, which are marked accordingly. If you would like to book your next journey while you're on the road, simply download our app onto your smartphone so you can take advantage of our many exclusive online discounts. For more information, simply visit flixbus.com or get in touch with us on Facebook. Of course, we're always striving to improve our service. Please use the questionnaire we send you by email to give us feedback about your journey. You can also use it to share your suggestions, ideas, and requests. We are always ready to assist. And now, we can finally set off. Thank you for listening. We hope you have a relaxing journey and enjoy traveling with Flixbus.
There you go. Announcement done. By the way, I wanted to test something new. Thanks a lot to Jay for telling me about this. So OBS now has a new feature. OBS is the recording software that I use, and they recently finally came up with this feature where I can pause the recording. So I don't have to like record in one straight go. I can have like stops in between. I can pause the video. So like if something is not working right, I can pause the video, fix it, and then get back to you guys so you guys won't be wasting time. But I haven't tested it yet, so I will probably test it in a bit. Maybe I can do that while I'm taking screenshots, you know? So I can take my time and you guys will be none the wiser. For you it'll just be 1 second, for me it'll be like 1 hour. Just kidding. Maybe not that long. But we'll see how it goes later. We'll figure it out. I do love those clouds though as they move. What I don't love are the traffic lights. They're too realistic. They take too long to go green. Come on. Let me free, thank you. Everybody's still sleeping. I also like how the windshield looks like. You guys can notice the black spots, probably the imperfections of the windshield. So it's not like perfectly shiny. There are a few bumps or a few bugs here and there. Actually, I remember, was it Damien in the truck sim community in ETS2? Someone made a mod to simulate the same like bugs on the windshield to make it more dirty, a bit dirtier, and not as pristine looking. Makes it a lot more realistic, but it will probably trigger OCD tendencies for some people, including me, I think. So I haven't personally tried it yet. Maybe I'll give it a go though, just to give it a spin. Windshield. Bugs on the windshield. That might trigger a lot of people's OCD tendencies. We will see. Pretty large city, this one. Kassel. Oh, there we go. Sunrise. Sun is coming. I take it that's the east. Do we have a compass anywhere? Not really, but we do have a map. Let's open the map. We are facing west. So at our backs is actually east, so at our backs should be brighter. Yeah, there it is. Indeed. Is it our turn? Okay, maybe not. And I just noticed the destination says X19. X for express, I'm assuming. And I'm guessing that means there are no other stops. So that's perfect for what for the route that we're taking. Don't have any stopovers. Where's this guy going? Why is he waiting for me this entire time when I only got green now? Weird. Off we go. Leaving Kassel, entering the Autobahn soon. And then we take some screenshots. Or I take them and you guys are in pause mode. We'll see. Also, we can continue with the Q&A here. We do have a lot of questions pending, and I do want to answer them because they are always so very interesting. Thanks again for giving me those questions, guys, and keep them coming. Just post them here in the comment section, or better yet, post them in the Discord server under the questions channel. Right? Anyway, as we enter the Autobahn, I'll start the Q&A. Let me just get settled and make sure I don't crash anywhere else. It's looking good. Keep it in line. Oh crap. Yeah, entering the shoulder. The what do you call that? The ramp, the on-ramp is too short, I think. Alright, off we go with the Q&A. If there were an Olympics for average people, these questions are from Jay still, by the way, from Jay. If there were an Olympics for average people, what would some of the events be? That's a very interesting question. I would never have thought of that myself. Olympics for average people. I guess that would entail doing stuff average people do. What do we do on a daily basis? I guess it would like... Oh yeah, what would be something practical? Like the fastest person who can take a shower. You know, there has to be like criteria. You have to be able to wash your entire body, your back, your hair, your face. And maybe you can do that, like the fastest guy who can take a shower, or maybe take it one step further. Fastest guy who can, or fastest person, not only guy. Whoa, is that an oil spill? Does look like it. Hopefully it wasn't from the guy in front of us, because that's scary. Let's move over here. Try to overtake this guy, he's a bit slow. So we can drive at 100. Yeah, one step further, instead of just taking a bath, is or taking a shower, is just actually getting ready. Like getting ready for work, getting ready for school. Like the contest would be from sleeping, right? And then the guy would wake up, or the person would wake up, the contestant would wake up. How long it takes for them to wake up and get an idea of where they are, and take some photos. No, wake up and jump into the shower, get out, brush your teeth, and get ready, and time it, everything from the moment the person wakes up, opens their eyes, and then goes out their house. That would be like a very practical competition to have. That's something that Mrs. Clumsy is trying to perfect day in and day out, because she has a very early call time with her work, and I'm trying to support her as much as I can. I remember she and her colleagues have been talking about it, because they all have early call times. So they have developed some systems like getting their clothes ready the night before, placing things in an optimal manner so that they can reach them easily. So every minute, every second counts. That would be a pretty practical experiment, pretty practical competition. Oh, wait a minute. Let me try and take a screenshot. Should I pause the video, guys? No, for the first one, I want to take it with you actually. But we'll see. Oh my goodness, that's scary. It's a disaster incoming. I can already smell it. I bet there's a car in front of me. Okay, not too near. Okay, that's good. Yeah, the tricky thing is if I pause the game, I can't move the camera. So, yeah, that's a bit of a problem. How do I take a decent photo? How do I take a decent photo? I guess we have to be stable. It has to be a straight road. How do you zoom out on the GPS anyway? Seeing that little of the road on an autobahn does not really help. And also, I think we should be moving to the right now. Do we need to rest? No, I don't think so. It should be a pretty short trip. Let's have a look here. Let's get settled on a straight length of the road here. Look at the reflections in the side mirror. That is beautiful. Oh my goodness, yeah. It's just beautiful right there. At risk of crashing, this is like a very an occupational hazard, being a photographer. Oh, here we go. This is the part of the road which has roadworks in it. We are seeing the signs. That is very lovely. And so we'll have to slow down. And yeah, it looks like the roads are still open. It's just a narrower lane this time and slower driving, which is fine. That's great. 80 instead of 100 speed limit. I'll take that. Yeah, it looks like some heavy roadworks. And from what I've heard, this is actually very realistic. You always have roadworks somewhere along the Autobahn. Given how the complicated network there has to be something that is in repair at one point or another. So German motorists usually encounter something like this. I remember the one time I was in Germany and we were driving through the Autobahn, we did drive through a lot of these. Not the entire way for sure, but this is a very normal occurrence, I think. And if you're from there and if you have any different experience, let me know, okay? Anyway, so yeah, Olympics for average people. Doing average stuff. Getting ready for work. That would be nice. What else? I don't know. Fastest person to slice an onion, or fastest person to make an omelette or something. 60. Oh crap, disaster. Don't turn. That turn came out of nowhere. That's a very dangerous design. Not ideal at all. Now that I don't think is realistic. Unless I just missed. There was a speed limit sign saying 60. But I think it was a bit too late. A bit too late with the heads up. Alright. Let me see. Next question. What looks like it should taste better than it does? And then there's like a side note. Yeah, you can say durian. Are you guys familiar with durian? People from Asia probably are, but some of the folks might not be. Oh crap. Just go out of the road. That will go bad for my score. Let me think. Let's reverse though, because these guys are very slow. I'm guessing there's a truck in front of them and they're not overtaking for some reason. Durian, are you guys fans of durian? If you ever go to Asia, you have to try it. It's a very common fruit, very famous fruit in Southeast Asia. Most of the Southeast Asian countries have it. And I have mixed feelings about it. It looks pretty cool. Like it's how do I describe how it looks from outside? Like somehow spiky. See? And inside, it looks pretty. It's a fruit, by the way, in case I didn't make that clear. And it looks harmless, but the moment you come close to it, you'll smell it from you'll smell it from a mile away. To the point that there are actually laws. Like if you go into here in Singapore, if you go into the trains or you ride buses, you'll oftentimes see some signs like no eating, no drinking, and also specifically no durian. That's how off limits it is in public transport, because it's really pungent. The smell is really intense, but a lot of people actually love the taste. Now, I have mixed feelings about the taste personally. It tastes nice, but it has that aura. When you bite into it, it's like it explodes in your mouth. Like the smells that were contained inside, they are somehow still there, and they like get released when you bite into them. So there's like this aura of of pungency. I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, that's the closest thing. By the way, I do like how the traffic looks like, how many cars there are on the road. Now that's realistic traffic, huh? And I think it also varies depending on the time of day, I'm guessing, and where you are. But yeah, I think this is a very normal density of traffic in the Autobahn, especially in rush hour like this. And looks like there's an airport here, Flughafen Airport in Dortmund, and there's also a stadium there. Looking good. That was actually a pretty quick drive, but how time flies. It's already been 30 minutes. Wow. Okay, been having fun here. But aside from that, what else? There are a lot of things that look cool but don't taste as good, right? Is that counted as an accident? It didn't mark it. The sounds are, I think, too exaggerated. I think it just nicked his bumper a bit. Barely even a scratch in there, I'm guessing. But the sounds are a bit hardcore. Let's go with durian. I guess it's a memory question. Nothing comes to mind. What would be the worst animal to be eaten by? Wow, these questions are very interesting. Go wild. Worst animal to be eaten by? Stop! This guy... Wow. No braking power whatsoever. I was like 100% on the brakes and it was not budging. We almost just made it. Let's see how close we are to that car. Yeah, too close for comfort. I would guess that's safety distance broken. That would go against my score, definitely. What would be the worst animal to be eaten by? Goodness. Well, I would say any animal that eats you is bad. I would think the worst ones would be the ones where you're still alive, even while you're inside them already. Like, I don't know, some kind of humongous snake, like an anaconda or something. Although an anaconda, I'm not sure, would eat you. They would probably like squeeze you tight. I don't know, it depends on the snake, right? Some of them like swallow animals whole. Some of them, well, I guess, yeah, they would swallow animals whole. It just depends on how they kill their prey. But yeah, that would be a very gruesome way to go. Like being eaten by a huge creature, but still being alive, but being processed by its acids, by its stomach acids, bit by bit. Oh my goodness. So you have all that ickiness while you're inside, and you're still alive. It's a painful way to go. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. This is not our turn, it's the next one. What's the weirdest thing you've seen while driving? Weirdest thing you've seen while driving? Oh, there's some... Yeah, driving in the Philippines is very interesting. You tend to see something new every day. and mostly because sometimes it's because some of the drivers, you would wonder how they got their licenses, and some people, like some pedestrians, don't have a clear idea of what a road is. To them, it's just like the same as the park, or I don't know, same as a shopping mall where they can just stroll around and take their time. I've seen this recent video though. There was this guy who was running towards the jeepney. You might not be familiar what a jeepney is. A jeep or a jeepney is a very common mode of transportation in the Philippines. It's a bit old, these vehicles, but they are like an icon in the Philippines, public mode of transportation. But their entrance is at the back, so they're like al fresco, open air, and the passengers sit side by side. Instead of facing in front, they sit across each other, facing the side, and then the opening is at the back. So people, when they ride from the back. Yeah, so the jeepney would stop and they would ride from the back. Now in this instant, and everything would be open. Like this entrance would be open. There's no door. And there's this guy who was reaching for the jeepney, but the jeep sped away. And so there was no chance, it looked like, on how that guy would be able to reach the jeep in time. But he persevered, he was like, wow, he might be really late, because he was not risking to wait for another jeep. He literally ran like an action movie. He ran and tried to catch the jeep, and he did, barely. He had one hand on the handle, on the rail, on the handle, like before you step into the door, there's like a handle, or into the entrance. But he didn't make it all the way through, so it was a bit challenging. And he actually got, I'm not sure what the English term is, but he got dragged over, because he only had one hand and he was still running, so he was not yet inside the jeep. So he for a few seconds he got dragged over, but he wouldn't let go. And then he kept running, and eventually he made it. Like a real action movie. Imagine seeing that on the streets, on a highway. not a highway like the autobahn, but like a main thoroughfare, one of the main roads in the Philippines. Like imagine, wow, beautiful train, very short though. Imagine like a 4 or 5 lane road, and then a guy in the middle of the road running towards a vehicle, trying to catch it, and then jumping, and then trying his utmost best to make it, just like an action movie. It's like I guess people would have been looking for cameras all over, because it did seem like a scene from a movie instead of real life. But yeah, sometimes you get more sometimes you encounter more interesting things in real life. Real life has a way of coming up with the most interesting and unbelievable things, and that's one of them. And the cool thing was, this guy who filmed this entire thing, he was, I guess, in a car behind the jeep, so he saw the entire thing and he filmed it. He did some video editing. If you're familiar with Dragon Ball Super Saiyan, how the characters charge themselves up, they get that glow, that yellowish glow when they charge up.
Sie sollten befördert werden.
I should be promoted. Thank you. Say that to my boss in real life. And yeah, the editor made the guy running. He gave him like a Super Saiyan glow. It looked pretty cool. Like while he was charging towards the jeep, he had that Super Saiyan glow, and it looked so cool and so funny. Love it. Anyway, that was a short trip. Goodness, time flew. That's amazing. What time did we arrive anyway? Anyway, everybody good? Alright, thank you. Thank you for riding with Flixbus. And yeah, let's see how we did in the score. So 9 people logged off, dropped off, and now we log out. Let's take a look at the score here. Alright, 9 out of 9. No tickets sold. Everything is accurate. We have a perfect score here. I'll take that. Service plus on schedule. That is interesting. Scheduled arrival, scheduled departure. Both of them are 2 out of 2, 1 out of 1. But plus on schedule is... I don't get that. Maybe I'm too early? I don't get it. Restroom clearance, everything is good. Air conditioning, not as perfect. I think I have to make that 21.5 or 22. We did play the announcement. Traffic rules wise, look at that. Perfect score. Looks like that bump against the car, which was so overly exaggerated by the sound, was not considered, thankfully. Nice. Driving behavior, okay. 98.6, I'll take that. No braking, steering, misbehavior, no curbstones hit. Speed limits always respected. We only broke the safety distance during that one instance, I guess. I'll take it. Alright, great. Awesome. Well, that went fine. So next episode, we'll probably do a very multiple stop journey, because there are a lot of cities here. Gelsenkirchen, Essen, Duisburg, Dusseldorf, Mongle. It gets harder and harder to pronounce, but maybe we can take that route. We will see. It's going to take a long time though. We will see. Anyway, let's leave it there. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the questions. And please don't forget, hit the thumbs up. Hit the like button if you did enjoy this one. Have a good one. Waiting for your comments. And yeah, please share it as well to your friends. Let's grow the community. Thanks for watching and have a nice day. Bye-bye. Clumsy Buzzing.